Hormone replacement therapy, again, check in with your integrative care team. Obviously, I would say as a dietitian, what's your foundation? Really, your foundation is your lifestyle. Your foundation in that lifestyle is what you're eating, what you're breathing, and what you're drinking, and what you're thinking, what you're doing on a daily basis. So if you're in a toxic environment, whether that's from people, places, or things, including food, and then you're like, hormone replacement therapy is going to fix everything. Well, probably not, because your foundation is that of it's off, right? Your foundation's off. So then expecting something externally to fix it, it could help, and there's a lot there, but overall you still need a solid foundation. It doesn't matter if it's a replacement therapy or something else.
And I would say the most important part of that foundation is the gut microbiome. It
Mhm.
is basically a hormone recycling center. If you are not having healthy daily detoxes, including bowel movements, and especially bowel movements, then you're recirculating those hormones, and those
Right.
hormones are going to be reabsorbed. And then you could have imbalance in any of your hormones. So, first things first is when any of my patients come to me, they're having hormonal imbalance symptoms or they're talking about going on hormone replacement, we really want to get those foundations down. Are you eating enough fiber? Is your gut functioning very well? What is happening as far as gut health goes? So, we want to make sure they're sleeping well, they're eating enough fiber, they're hydrating well, and they're moving well so that every single day they are getting in just that purge and that cleansing. Their body's able to rid of all the extra things that it isn't needing. So we want to make sure that those things are effectively going on, those things are effectively happening. If you aren't having a regular daily bowel movement, that is your very first place to start. Because again, especially if you are on hormone replacement therapy, you want to make sure that those hormones aren't just building up in your body and then likely to cause other issues. So whether you are replacing estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, making sure you're having great complete, not just a daily bowel movement, because we now all hopefully very well know you could have a regular bowel movement or you could have a daily bowel movement, but that doesn't mean that you're completely evacuated and that everything has been excreted that your body intended to excrete. So first things first is to make sure, again, that hormone recycling center is optimized. And again, that's your gut, that's also your liver, because your liver is basically the contractor, the head who's in charge of telling all these hormones where to go and what to do. Any of those excess hormones, your liver will throw into a substance that it makes called bile, and your gallbladder squeezes out that bile when you're eating, and hopefully you're getting rid of cholesterol and other hormones through that bile. But again, if your bowels aren't moving and emptying, it doesn't matter if your liver tried to put it through your bowels. If it doesn't get evacuated on a regular basis, things will get reabsorbed and it could just end up going back into that circulation, back into the liver, and then it ends up becoming a cycle. And that's why females are more at risk for things like gallbladder surgery. It's because we do produce higher levels of some of the hormones. And if we're either producing too many, maybe again, because we have higher levels of adipose tissue, of body fat tissue, and you're making more estrogen as a result, or maybe you have other genetic mutations, or you have family history and you're producing excess hormones, or you're not excreting those hormones readily, that will kind of gunk up your gallbladder. And that's where things like gallstones come from. They're usually made from cholesterol and hormones and other things that the body was trying to get rid of. But you do really, 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 first thing, foundational thing, number one, if you guys take anything away from this talk, please make sure that you're pooping every single day, especially if you're worried about your hormone balance.